Okay, we're back, and we've got as our guest Susan Lindauer, who has a book out called Extreme Prejudice. And Byron, we're running out of time, but quickly finish your thought.
Okay, I just found the article here while you were sitting there. Getting back to that First World bombing, it said the First World Trade bombing was a provocateur by the government. In 1993, the FBI planted their informant Ahmad A. Salem with a radical Arab group in New York led by Ramzi Youssef. Salem was ordered to encourage the group to carry out the bombing targeting the World Trade Center towers, under the illusion that the project was a sting operation. Salem asked the FBI for harmless dummy explosives, which he would use to assemble the bomb, then pass on to the group. At that point, the FBI cut Salem out of the loop and provided the group with real explosives, leading to the attack on February the 26th that killed 6 and injured over 1,000. The FBI failure.
Right. This is a whole idea that the FBI knew about it, let it happen.
Well, they
on
didn't. They're the ones that did it.
They did it. Right. And
they
then,
done it.
Right. Susan, let's get Susan's thought on that quickly.
Well, I think that we have a real. Actually, I think this is actually a very, very important thing. We have a lot of situations where FBI agents are now trying to build reputations for themselves by enticing people to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. Now, Ramzi Youssef is a terrorist. He is a real dyed-in-the-wool terrorist. He would have done it. Okay, but I get very concerned with the Patriot Act that you have a lot of these young people who are maybe misguided, misled. They can be manipulated, and I don't want to see the FBI doing this kind of thing. I don't want to see the FBI putting ideas into people's heads about blowing up buildings. This upsets me that they do that. This really offends me.
We've seen that time and time again with the guys in Liberty City and Miami accused, and many others like it.
Over Christmas, somebody was some young man was encouraged to blow up a Christmas tree in Portland. We don't need the FBI to be out there putting these ideas into people's heads, and what a terrible waste.
Absolutely.
And somebody who's unstable, somebody who's having a hard time in their own private life. Maybe they're having a bad year, and next year they're going to be better. We don't need to start this kind of crisis in our country. Right.
We've got Jerry in Alabama. Jerry, quickly, we're almost out of time, but if you've got a quick question for Susan Lindauer.
How did you avoid the medication?
I refused to take anything. I was just like, my story is true, and I demand my right to a hearing under the statute, which is, I went to the law library and I researched what my rights were under the law, and I knew that they were violating my rights. And I just said, if you want me to prove this, if you don't believe me, we've already had the Bureau of Prisons interview these people, and it's my allegation that they are lying. They've falsified claims to the court. And I said, but I challenged the judge to let me bring my witnesses into court, and you can hear it for yourself, and you can ask them any question you want to, and they will answer it, and you can assess whether you think they're quality witnesses or not. And it was a losing. I mean, it looked really bad for me. I was in prison for 11 months, and this was the very last decision on Mukasey's calendar before he retired. And this was seriously. But what we did was somebody who I don't even know, some anonymous person sent psych records that had been put on the internet and sent them to the judge, showing that there was nothing wrong with me in real life.
Okay, well, Susan, thanks for joining us, and the book is Extreme Prejudice, The Terrifying Story of the Patriot Act and Cover-Ups of 9/11 Iraq. I urge everyone to get it, available on Amazon. Thanks for joining us, Susan, and we will be back with you this time next week for another Wayne Madsen Report Saturday Roundup. And I was a proud union member, and my parents were union members, and I'm proud of what's happening in Wisconsin for the caller from Michigan.
Ever climbing as the